Okay, so I knew this person from school, and she was a friend of mine, a very close friend, pretty much like a best friend, and yeah.
And so then talk about, in a few sentences, exactly what happened, how this started.
So it started with just a name calling in the halls, and her, and she didn't want to be friends with me anymore, I guess. And basically, her and some other people would be name calling, and then so it started in person, and then it moved quickly like to online, and she would basically just message me online, like on Facebook, and send me some very mean, discriminatory messages.
And can you talk about those things and what she actually said?
Yeah, well, it would be a lot of things based on like appearance. So, like you're an ugly black girl, and she making fun of my hair. She would call me, oh my goodness, what would she call me? Like serpent woman or something like that, because of how I had my hair in that certain style. And yeah, so basically just things mostly just to especially she knew me, so she knew exactly where to attack. Just insecurities of mine, and so.
And then how did this affect you? Like, what happened to you as a result of this? Did everybody hear about it?
Yeah, definitely everybody heard about it because she basically tried to get other people on her side to see how much of a horrible person I was, which I did nothing to her. But, she would post like things online, obviously about me. Like she posted like a video song, like she would do rapping, and she posted like some sort of like rap song video talking about me, like how like a fake friend, and that's what she titled it anyway. Yeah, so she would basically just go around and just try and get other people to jump on the bandwagon just so they can all basically team up.
And did that work?
Yeah, unfortunately, it did work. Some people, somehow they took her word for it, even though a lot of those people, I knew them a lot longer. But, she was kind of newer to the school, and I introduced her to my friend, so it was interesting to see that, people were willing to believe, the thing that she said, or for whatever reason, I don't know how, but she was able to convince them. Yeah.
And so how did you feel about all of this after it happened? Because I know this was like a really tough situation for you at the time. Like,
yeah,
you might have a little bit of distance from it now, but at the time it was actually really disruptive and really horrible, right?
Yeah, it definitely was, because it definitely makes you look at yourself differently when somebody's attacking you, especially like physically, like on your appearance, something that you can't change. I mean, I guess you can change it, but it's something that you were born with, and so it's difficult when somebody's attacking you because being it was pretty confident, but it kind of really kind of lowers your confidence and kind of makes it hard for you to then want to even, I guess, talk to people even, or
Right.
Yeah.
So what happened after that with friends? Like, did you feel not good about making new friends, or what happened with the other friends that you had? Like, how did this affect all of your like dealings with friendships?
Yeah, well, it made me, I felt really betrayed. I mean, eventually, I guess karma does come back to bite people, and people did eventually see how, who she was, and people did eventually come and apologize, but it definitely did make me want to keep my distance as far as friendship goes, because I didn't really want to, people basically for somebody to get close to me and then, basically hurt me again, or I was just kind of felt betrayed because the fact that somebody who was my friend for so long would believe someone else and what they're saying was really just like shocking to me. So,
do you feel a little bit bad for this girl that did this?
I definitely do feel bad for her, because at the end of it, it didn't turn out good for her in the end, and you just find out that once again, they're going through some other things that you didn't know of, and after you find out, and then you're like, okay, it makes you understand. I mean, I don't feel bad for her in the sense that I feel like you kind of, your actions will come back to haunt you. If if you are mean to people, that'll come back to you. So I don't feel sorry for her in that way, but I do feel sorry for her that she was dealing with stuff and she didn't know how to deal with it in a healthy way. So I feel sorry for her in that sense, yeah.
When you saw her after this had happened and you saw her in real life, like, how did that feel to have to like run into her?
Well, so the last time I saw her was actually when I went to go actually speak to her about what had happened, what she was saying online, and that's when I saw that. That's when I actually felt sorry for her because, I realized it was coming from a place of insecurity, and I honestly, I just really felt bad for her, and she was more scared of me. That was the interesting part, and it just really showed that, wow, like she's not as strong as she appears to be online. It's all just, just a certain like image that people portray online, but when you want to go see them in person and even talk to them and ask them, why would you say this about me? Like, what did I do to you? That's all I wanted to find out was, just why out of the blue did you just start hating me? I there was nothing that happened, no incident, and yeah, she was too scared to confront me. And interestingly enough, after that, it stopped. Yeah, I don't.
Can you talk a little bit about girl-on-girl bullying and what you think about that?
Girl-on-girl bullying, yeah, unfortunately it happens a lot, and I think a lot of it comes out of a place of like insecurity. It just, especially today online, like we see a lot of, images that are photoshopped, and it creates a lot of insecurity. And if you see someone who maybe has a certain feature that you want, it creates some form of like hatred for that person. But I just feel like somebody else having something that you have does not mean that doesn't mean that you're less of a person. I think we just need to remember that. And even somebody who seems to have it all together, like they actually don't. So, everybody's struggling with something. So just don't try and add more to that struggle, basically.
Do you feel like this has made you stronger?
Yes, definitely.
How has it made you stronger?
It just really taught me more about just like people, I guess, and it just made me stronger in the way that I guess now I know how to. It really taught me how to stand up for myself, I would say, and yeah, not let it like even like drag out at all. Like as soon as somebody is saying something, just stop it right then and there. And yeah, also I don't really take what people say anymore and let it affect me. That's one of the things. So if somebody says something negative about myself, I now know who I am. So I don't need that approval. I don't need that acceptance because I accept myself for who I am. So, although I'm not perfect, that means I accept my insecurities and I accept everything that I don't like about myself. So even if somebody else has something negative to say, it doesn't affect me anymore. I'm just like, okay, that's your opinion, and just keep it moving. So.